let's go down this way. Let's see where this goes. I figure anytime there's a mysterious passageway, why not go down it? Especially if there's no one else down there. Okay. Definitely darkness. More darkness. And this is a dead end here, I think. Always love places that are absolutely haunted. And I'm sure this place is haunted for sure. There's no possible way that this is not haunted. I've gotten back into the more touristy area. This is the, I think the Castle of San Felipe or something, or the fortress. I will have to check out the exact name of it. Check it out. This is the San Felipe de Barajas Fort. I totally butchered that. I apologize. I'm just gonna put it up on the screen. I'm just gonna henceforth refer to it as the fort because I obviously can't pronounce any of these Spanish words. But so far, very beautiful. As you can see, just like it was back in the 1600s, I believe it was 1639 when they first started building this. There's the ancient sprinkler system that maintains the lawn. Very cool. And this, as you can see, is a impressive sight. There's some of the cannons, or a cannon I guess, from back in the day, along with the appropriate rust. Kind of cool. I imagine if you try to fire this off now, it just completely explode. But just try to imagine trying to storm this fort. There's a reason I guess it was never actually ever successfully overtaken. And yeah, as you're coming up this way, you'll just completely get bombarded by all kinds of neat things, and yeah, you never really quite make it to the top. And I love that everything's angled, so you're never quite at a good footing for anything. So makes perfect sense. And these vendors here, I wonder if they, because I was wondering too, like, because it's rare in North America to see vendors inside a tourist attraction that aren't actually part of the tourism site. They usually have their own gift shop. Here's another cool cannon. But things like in Egypt and the pyramids, like basically all the monuments in pyramid, and I mean all the monuments in Egypt, there's always people that sneak in somehow and do business. And here I see, these vendors here. I'm assuming they're not the authorized vendors for here, or I don't know if there are any authorized vendors for here. But do they just pay admission and just come in and sell stuff because it's worth it for them to do that? Or is it one of those things where they, the people that run the place just kind of turn a blind eye and decide it's good for them? Or maybe they actually do rent this out to them. Although I don't imagine, well, I mean, if you're running a legitimate business, I can kind of see it. But definitely, I'm going to say with some of the people in Egypt that kind of pretend to help you and they hope you tip them, those are not necessarily legitimate businesses that I can see any monument endorsing. So that's probably not the case for them at all. But for here, let me know whether or not it's almost like they'll rent out a space to them should they want to come and peddle their wares and be official vendors of the fort slash castle here that has the word San in it that I can't pronounce. I'll go. It's a San Felipe de Barajas. But whew, everywhere I go in Colombia, a lot of climbing. I definitely, if I stay here for a while, I'll definitely get into really good shape somehow. But check out, yeah, these views as I catch my breath for a little bit. So yeah, here is Cartagena. I wish I could tell you something about all that we see here, but I know nothing about it except that it's a city, and it's a city that's really hot. Remember that. If you're coming here, it's really, really humid, so keep that in mind. So I think earlier I may have said that the castle was built like in the or started building in the 1600s, or they started building it. It's actually the 1500s they started building it. Ooh, what's this little thing here. Let's see where this goes. Okay, that's maybe a porta potty. So there's these little underground passages that you can kind of go through, and I guess this is where the soldiers kind of ran through to get from place to place, and also if they had to sort of stick themselves underneath or somewhere. Oh, all right, let's go down this way. Let's see where this goes. I figure anytime there's a mysterious passageway, why not go down it? Especially if there's no one else down there. And I do this all for you guys. And yeah, it's getting definitely deeper and darker. And I have no idea what's going on down here. But that's where we do. That's why we're happy that we brought a little light as we go down here. Okay. Alright. I'll turn off the light now because I think I do see just a little bit or something. Alright, so this is definitely the kind of dangerous passageway that in the horror movie they tell you not to go down. But it should be interesting. Hold on.
Hello.
Hello. Ooh. Sorry. It's alright. Thank you. Alright, let's see what else is down here. Okay. Definitely darkness. More darkness. Alright, there we go. Strange that they have this all open, but half it isn't lit. Because they're expecting dumb tourists to come down this way. They would assume that, well, I guess normal people would just see it's dark and turn away, which is probably the smarter thing to do, instead of just continuing on like a gringo. But otherwise, if I didn't continue on like a gringo, I might see all this other cool stuff down here. And besides, you're all with me right now, so it's not like, well, it is a complete dead end now. All right, good thing I turned on light there, otherwise I would have walked right into a wall. But kind of cool to see these passageways and see where they kind of lead and don't lead at the same time. And let's see, does that go somewhere? Kind of. Let's see where this kind of goes. All right, it goes that way and it goes this way. All right, let's see. Does that go anywhere? Nope, dead ends. Does this connect with anything? Kind of. All right, let's go back to incognito mode, where we hope that we can kind of see enough light to get ourselves through here, and that we don't run into too much trouble in these tunnels. But yeah, if you're at the fort here, make sure you wander down some of the tunnels. And I can understand if you might not want to do it by yourself. It can get a little bit funny. So bring a friend or a friend of the tourist to come by. Is that where I came in? I don't really know. I don't think I've seen this. Oh no, I think I did come in. I think I came in that way. And instead of moving this way, I went downstairs. I think that's what happened. But yeah, I think I've explored a good chunk of the tunnel here. All right, let's see whether or not this is not where, oh yeah, this is not where I entered, so that's good. That's good. It's not where I entered, so that means I did get through a good chunk of it, which is pretty cool. Those tunnels are pretty cool. I'm so glad I decided to I'm so glad that when I saw a hole in the wall, I decided to go and venture into it. And you should too. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Don't answer that. So anyways, check this out. Ah, there's the other side of the giant flag that I keep seeing. Yeah, when I was walking down this way, looked up, saw that giant flag, and I knew that's where I wanted to be. So, and yeah, definitely a very, very impressive place. And I mean, I wonder how long. I should look up later how many years it actually took them to build this thing, because just, you know, moving the amount of rock, forget about actually putting it in place, moving all this rock here must have taken forever. And what a sight. I think back in the day when there was none of this around, and you look up, you see this fort, and you're like, I'm not messing with them, because they've got themselves a giant fort. Ooh, what's this? Either that's a baño, or that's another section to explore. And I'm gonna go, oh, a hospital, I see. Okay. Oh, see. That's it. That's pretty cool. So in the sign it says hospital. I guess that's where they used to treat everyone. They have a little film about the history of the fort, which was pretty wild. Looks like they kind of built this thing in sections, starting off the much tinier fort up here in, I think it was like the 1500s when they started, and then they just kind of added along the way. So really cool, and really wild how they defeated an armada of English ships that was hell-bent on taking Cartagena from the Spanish. And it seems like the armada had like 200 ships in it. It's quite crazy, but ended up in just an absolute massacre of the British troops that tried to come here and take it. So just remind yourself, if you are amassing an armada to come invade Cartagena, just don't, because it's not going to end well. So fun fact. So let's see, where else can I explore? Though I also really enjoyed, because not only was it educational and fun, the little film, but it's also air conditioned in there. And as I've said many times, it's very humid here, so air conditioning is awesome. I wonder, should I wander into this, wherever this takes us? But as I've always said, if we see a hole in the ground, let's go down. Hey, that rhymes. Pulling down. Alright, that's a little bit treacherous. But let's see what's going on here. Okay, it's nice and dark, just exactly how you would like a horror movie to start. I wonder if there's enough light for me to take like a photo or something. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And take a photo of this side over here too. That's kind of cool. Wonder if I get a selfie of myself in the tunnel. Kind of. Alright, check out the tunnel. Yeah, something like that. Alright, let's go. Yeah, this side looks dodgier, so let's see where this takes us. I went to all the side sort of things were at some point. Maybe it's part of some ventilation system, or just decoration. Who knows? Alright. Oh, that just goes, oh, that's a blocked off area back there that I guess is unsafe, so it doesn't really go anywhere. Alright, let's go the other way. Let's see if that takes us somewhere fun as well. So I think they said there's about 600 meters of passageways that are in this castle here. I mean, this fort. So 600 meters, that's what, like maybe just over, it's maybe around half a mile. Yeah, let's go with it. It's close enough to about half a mile of tunnels, and maybe just under half a mile, but still quite a fair bit of tunnels. And let's see, idiots are graffitiing down here. Don't do that. Don't go to a historical monument and graffiti dumb stuff into it. So let's see, unfortunately that just happened way too often, and these stairs definitely are not built to code. So alright, so that's a short little tunnel, and unfortunately I guess due to safety reasons they could not connect up with the rest of them, but it at least gets us out here. Where here is, I have no idea, but it looks like we're towards the top of the fortress here. And I think they did say that There's an office up top. Oh look, there's another hole in the ground. Once again, anytime we see a hole in the ground, let's go in. And what's the absolute worst that could happen? All right. All right. Hola. Hello. Hola. So, once again, it's just a dark tunnel that leads to strange places. Ah. Oh. All right. Let's see where this goes. This may also be the place I'd already been to. And this may be, oh yeah, this was the spot I was at earlier. Always fun to retrace myself though, to see what happened. Yeah, although it's quite dark as you can see, even though there's just a little bit of light here and there. But generally, it is quite dark down here. And they probably should add a few more lights, just to be on the safe side. And this is a dead end here, I think. We'll just double check in case there's something fun that I should explore. No, that's a dead end. And let's see. There are, and then I think this, no, I think there is something else down this way. But is this a dead end here? Yeah, it's always fun walking around in the dark. Yep, dead end. And then there's this area where I went down and backtrack here and here. So let's see where I am. Is this, although the cool thing is I always love places that are absolutely haunted, and I'm sure this place is haunted for sure. There's no possible way that this is not haunted. Okay, I recognize this. I think this is very cute. And once again, please don't write your stupid name on historical monuments. Like, come on, Jessica Riviera. No one cares that you're here. And who is this? Monica Carolina William? Nobody cares, really. Really, nobody cares. Start a blog instead if you want to write your name on Anna and all these other morons. Don't write your name in historical monuments. And that's a dead end. It ends.
It ends?
I think
You can't go out?
it's have to go the other way, I guess.
Okay.
That's okay. Cool. Let's see. And we're going this way. Where exactly are we going? Who knows? What's the worst that could happen? So I guess I just go back up the stairs of where I came from. Could be fun. But that's a fun adventure. It always is. Even though I've been through, it almost seemed like I hadn't been through before. So it's kind of narrow, it's kind of hot, but it's kind of fun. Voila. But it's always an interesting time. Let's go this way, sure. Let's go this way. Everything kind of looks the same after a while. But I think we've had enough fun in these tunnels for just a little bit here. Wouldn't mind getting some refreshments if there are any. Let's see. Or should I go here? Nope, that's actually where I came down. So I'm gonna come this way. And I think this might have been where I originally came in. But I always keep saying that, and I'm always wrong. Yes, this was the original part I came in, and I didn't get a chance to go up here. So now it's good down here. I can come up this way, check out all the good stuff up here.
Okay, amigos, vamos a continuar. Vamos a la parte alta del fuerte.
So they have tours here. Although I think I don't know if they have any English tours. They may all be in Spanish. At least that one was in Spanish. That's always fun to Okay, just there was a few selfies just so I can prove to myself that I was at the fort of San Felipe something. It's the greatest. Ooh, yes, that's where they put all the cannons. That's kind of cool. And all right, so this is, let's see what's going on. Okay, every time I hear amigo, I wonder if they're talking to me, even though I don't have any amigos here in Cartagena, or at least not that I know of. Yeah, everyone here has been calling me amigo, chino, or gringo. So those are my three nicknames in Cartagena, and actually probably all of South America, basically. Those, although usually it's chino or gringo, one of the two, and I am both, so why not? Let's go with it. Alright, so I guess I said to myself, every time I see a weird mysterious hole in the wall I gotta go through, so let's check this out, see where it goes. Oh, okay, I think it actually gets upstairs where I had been trying to get to. I couldn't figure out exactly how we went up, and I guess it's through this passage right here. So, very interesting. Voila. Alright, and up these non-conformed stairs and up into, oh, like a gift shop or something. So, kind of cool. Ooh, look, more cannons. Gotta love the cannons. Really quite cool. Let's take a close look at one of these bad boys. And whenever you see old iron, which this is definitely like cast iron or something like that, don't touch it, because oftentimes I feel like in the aging process there are things that can form on it that aren't necessarily good for your skin, especially if you happen to cut yourself somehow. So maybe tetanus or something, I don't know what it is exactly. I don't recall anymore. I just remember that back in the day when I was at museums and stuff, we're handling really old swords and other iron weapons. There was always gloves, because partially to protect the item, but also to protect us, because there was something on it that's not nice. So whatever it is, let me know and we'll see. But this is the top, and as well as I guess being the gift shop over there, that used to be I guess the administrative center for whoever it is who ran the fort. Now it's a gift shop full of cool things. I'm gonna go in there and see whether or not they have any refreshing beverages that I can have, but first I'm gonna check out some of these views. I'm gonna go to this one over here and look out just to see what's going on. And formerly, of course, there would have been a cannon sitting here. Now it's just open for me to stick my GoPro through. Whee! Alright. I'm assuming these cannons are all original to the castle. And of course these wooden things are recreations. It's unlikely the wood would have survived that long, especially out here in such a humid environment. And I guess this is either a lookout point, or this, yeah, I guess they would have shot things through here, whether it be arrows or guns, or it was your own private outhouse for the general, and he can kind of say, hey, that's my throne, don't be taking a dump there. Whew. And I know I haven't mentioned it 8,000 times already, but it's really humid. Could not imagine if the sun was out as well. I'm just glad it's overcast. Still takes its toll on you though. Still takes its toll, and also all the hiking. So I'm gonna go see if I can find some refreshments in the gift shops. Managed to secure myself a giant bottle of ice cold water. Or I guess this maybe it's not ice cold, just really cold. Because if it was ice cold, it'd be frozen. That definitely feels good. I'd also like to pour it over my head, but I'm sure I need the hydration more. But in the meantime, here, look around the canyon. And the old maps. It'd be fun to pick up a map, but I'd have no way to easily transport it back home. That's the problem. And truthfully, I don't think I have much wall space left. But I feel there's something on almost every wall. Oh well, maybe I'll go back and look at the walls, and maybe I should take some stuff down. Alright, let's continue this adventure. Woo, yeah. Was this the... Oh yeah, this was the hole I came to get upstairs. I was hoping I found a different hole to jump into, but either way, still is always fun to pass through underground passageways or go through underground passageways. I don't know why I use the word pass so much there. I blame it on the heat. If I seem, like I said, if I seem kind of out of it, it's because it's really humid, and I don't do as well in the heat. A little bit better in the cold. After all, I'm Canadian, so happens. But you can kind of see how they kind of built the castle, I mean the fort here. It's packed it full of rocks and other materials, stone, and they kind of covered the outside, which I think some of the outside covering is missing now, but they covered the outside with a sort of more brittle layer, and this was not how I went down. Anyways, so yeah, they covered it with a more brittle layer, and oh yeah, it was how I kind of circled around, but oh yeah, I circled around here and then I went down that hole. That's what I did. So anyway, so not unlike I guess how they design armor on a tank, where you have multi-layers that do different things, some that just kind of absorb the initial impact, some that absorb more of the impact, and yeah, they obviously had people thinking long and hard about how to do this so that they wouldn't be taken over. And oh, that's the other way to get up and down where I was, but it's much more fun to go through a secret tunnel when you can. Oh look, what's going on here? This is a secret tunnel. Oh, not quite a secret tunnel, it's just a secret hole. Would have been fun if it was a secret tunnel. So I think at this point I've seen all of this fort now, so it might just be time to head into the old city. Yeah, it's like time to go find some lunch or something like that. So I'm gonna find my way out of this fort. Hopefully you liked this visit to Fort San Felipe. Yes, I still don't know how to pronounce it. I couldn't figure it out. I'll figure it out probably by the time I leave. Maybe I'll dub it over in a voiceover or something. We will see. But anyways, I'm gonna show you more of Cartagena soon. More views of the city from the fort here. So once again, if you've enjoyed this, like and subscribe. As you've heard from other YouTubers too, it really helps the channel grow, helps to spread the word. So if you're enjoying what I'm doing, and yeah, just hit a like if you really like it, subscribe if you super like it, share with your friends. I would really much appreciate that. It'd be really cool. And I'm gonna find my way. Ah yes, this way. All right, I'm gonna head out that way. And I wonder why they put this canyon here vertically. Alright, you know, hey, gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, that's kind of cool. They're like, I think they're cleaning the side of the just by scrubbing and pouring water down. It's simple but efficient, and I'm assuming it is the best way to clean off the side of the fort, just like they did in the olden days. So if you want a fun activity with the kids, get them to scrub down the side of your house. It'll build character and arm muscles or something.